What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Just gonna make sure that, yeah, all my microphone. Okay, good. Everything's on. So, I got some bad news. You know all that speed that my internet service provider had finally given me? The speed that I've been paying for over a year? That I've had a technician out 6 different times to research? That I've taken like 3 or 4 different days off work to do that, to make it happen? Yeah, they took it all away again for some reason. So I'm gonna have to call them and chew them out unbelievably tomorrow. All this time they've been telling me it's not them, it's YouTube, and all of a sudden their speed goes high. I have no idea why, but for several days, it was about 5 days straight, not just like hit and miss, 5 days straight, they were giving me the speed I paid for, and all of a sudden now it's back. So I paid for 20, they were giving me 20 for about 5 days, now it's all back down to 4 when it comes to upload speed, that is. My download speed's fine, it always has been. It's always the upload speed where they throttle me. And they've been saying it's not throttling, then why did it come back all of a sudden? Why did it come back? Why was it there? How is it that all of a sudden you can give me that speed, and all of a sudden it's not YouTube, it's not my modem, it's not anything else? Cox Communications are a bunch of sorry sacks of crap, and they make me madder than fire, and that's coming from a guy who's pretty forgiving and usually pretty kind. I'm so frustrated with them, it's not even funny. I was so excited. I've been live streaming with you. It's been so much fun. I went out and paid money to get some stuff ready for a Twitch channel, like some banners and all this other stuff, and nope, no, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen because I can't get any consistent performance out of them. So I think at this point I'm gonna call them, chew them out, tell them if they don't have it fixed for me, I'm gonna get a hold of the Better Business Bureau, and we're just gonna have to start taking legal action or something, because this is absolutely ridiculous for them to be dangling me around this way. I've had enough of it. Anyway, whew, yeah, I was so mad it was hard for me to record tonight because I was so excited about all the stuff I was going to get to do with you. And I was even about to buy a 1440p monitor because I was like, man, now that I got good internet speed, I can upload an Ultra HD for people. It's a good thing I didn't buy it. It's a good thing I didn't buy it. So yeah, my internet company right now is continuously keeping me from interacting with you all the way that I want to, and it's extraordinarily frustrating. I can't live stream when they treat me this way. I can't do it because there's just not enough speed. My speed hovers between like 2 to 4 megabit, which is nowhere near what it should be. The other night when I did a really clear stream with the Belagar campaign, that was an 8 megabit stream. All it needs to be is 8. I pay for 20. All they have to do is deliver me 8, and they can't even do that. And that's why I'm irritated. It's just absolutely irritating. It takes me 5 or 6 hours to upload these videos on their crap speed that they give me right now. Whenever it was working right, it was taking me anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. And it's just, I mean, the level of screw me over is significant. Sorry, I can't quit going on about it because it just really irritates me. So I'm playing up against Bretonnian, obviously. They've got 2 Pegasus Knights, 2 Paladins, Leon Kerr. I'm rocking 5 Skeleton Warriors. I got 1 back here with Strigoi. I've got about 5 Graveguard. And then I've got 2 Corpse Cards with the Unholy Lodestone to help with the replenishment out on the flanks. And basically, I'm hoping to overwhelm Bretonnian with numbers here. Didn't bring a flying squad. I've tested it before, and I figured since my opponent recognized me, I wasn't going to bring the flying squad because I figured that he might be actually counting on me doing so. So I didn't. Tried to bring something different that would be less easy to guess. So I'm going to throw all my cheap units into his men-at-arms and just, like I said, slowly try and overwhelm them with numbers. And the Graveguard will be decent at it. He's going to have to start trying to choose targets with his archers. He's trying to take out my corpse carts. This Paladin's going to go ahead and start swooping in back here to hit my Graveguard and other units. Try and drop their leadership, get them to crumble. Makes a lot of sense. I'm going to kind of slowly start committing up some reserves close to the edge, make sure my corpse carts are getting close enough to help impact the fighting here, which this one is. And this one over here, I accidentally leave it back for a little while too long. Leon Kerr and the entire flying squad of Bretonnian is swooping in. Pegasus Knights, and they'll do pretty good hitting the units that I have here. And you can see there's a lot of crumbling going on with my skeletons. I raised up a unit of Cryptors back here. I actually momentarily forget to charge them, and then Leon Kerr sees them and immediately gets in, which is fortunate for him because these guys would have wrecked his archers in absolutely no time had he not get over here to help them, and because of that, they pretty quickly die here. He uses the Sword of Coron to help speed their passing. But there's a lot of fighting still going on, and I have numbers on my side, replenishment and the leadership and everything. So my leadership is bad for the vampires, but the fact that they crumble and not rout can sometimes make them pay dividends. So my opponent's 5 men-at-arms with polearms are now just starting to get overwhelmed by numbers. His peasant archers are firing away, and they're definitely causing hit point damage all over my army. My biggest idea here, though, is that I've got to just break apart his infantry line, and then I'll have a chance at trying to deal with what's left. So, basically just trying to tear away the heart of the Bretonnian army. Well, the heart of the Bretonnian army is actually Leon Kur, but you know what I mean. Tear off its limbs, whatever you want to call it. Tear off something. Yeah, so my corpse carts are doing good at supporting. Like I said, we get extra buffs to all of our men here because of it. The damsel keeps using this breath spell, and it's really not doing much based on the angles that it's hitting me. The paladin over here is already taking considerable damage, which is a huge benefit for me. This one over here, almost no damage. Leon Kur's taking a little damage. I hit him with one spirit leech, and Strigoi is in big trouble. I've actually kind of gotten him in over his head. So I use a spell there, or was trying to at the last second. I get it off. Or I thought I got it off. No, I don't. Strigoi dies there. So my army's in pretty rough shape now. The power bar shows it maybe even a little in favor of Bretonnia at this moment, because Vampire losing their leader this early is not good for me, but fortunately the corpse carts are going to start paying dividends here because they're the buffs that they help give to my undead troops. One of the corpse carts is gone, the other's still alive, and I also have White King. 2 of them. There's one here, and then there's another one over here. This White King is out taking care of some archers, and also fighting the Paladin at the same time. And White King actually handles himself pretty well versus the Paladin. It's not fantastic, but he does pretty well. Pegasus Knights are going to cycle around for another charge. They're getting nice kills on my infantry, but I mean, for as much as you pay for these guys, they need to get a lot of kills. And they have definitely been decimating in some respects to the leadership of my infantry, but the Bretonnian infantry at this point is starting to cave in. Once they sustain this damage, they're already fairly poor leadership, and the fact that they can be scared by units like the White King, it starts to pay off. And then Leon Kur has gotten himself bogged down in a fight over here with a bunch of skeleton spears and Graveguard, where he just really doesn't want to be. I'm going to use my White King to break up a few more of these archers over here, and then I'm going to swing into the back of this Paladin. Leon Kur misses his charge there, but he probably picks up some of the damage on that follow-up. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and... I should have used the potion on just one of these guys right now, but I went ahead and used it on both because I had to quick click to get a hold of them. So I was able to use the potions, keep my guys alive, and then I popped Heroic Killing... No, he used Sword of Corone. I was thinking I had Heroic Killing Blow here. But I'm double-teaming Leon Kur with the 2 White Kings, and he's taking an absolute savaging over here because the White Kings have 410 weapon damage. It's not armor-piercing, but it's going to force Leon Kur away. And then my infantry has finally broken his. Now the problem is my infantry is way too slow to catch his archers. That's just the nature of vampire infantry. Unless it's crypt ghouls, they might be able to get the job done. So my White Kings, though, have to be careful. They're going to be charged at by the flying squads here. You can see that I kind of just dodged that charge. And I'm going to head on out and start taking out archers, and I'm going to try and blob in my infantry behind my White King so that I have some hit point sponge. And you can see here I'm hoping to get the terror effect going, or at least fear. I want to say that the fear effect plays in on my White King here. Yeah, it causes fear. No terror, but just fear. See my infantry chasing off Leon Kur, who's doing kind of some hit and run. Leon Kur at this point probably should just stay in the air along with his paladins. Let his stuff regroup. I mean, that would allow me to start chasing down some of his archers, but if he can just keep 1 or 2 units alive on the ground, he could leave Leon Kur up in the air to replenish as many hit points as possible. Because without replenishing hit points, and he keeps getting in fights like this, he's going to take damage, and he doesn't want to take that damage. Here he's going to bring these regrouped mounted yeomen back into the fight, and my White Kings are going to come in and start laying waste to these fairly cheap cavalry. It's starting to get pretty easy for me to just pounce on his guys. Now remember, I have no healing potions left. This Paladin, I'm not certain if it has a healing potion or not. Leon Kur is still replenishing, but they're losing a ton of men on the ground, and their archers are running low on ammunition, but still enough to do significant damage to my infantry. But if I quickly rush out here and go after his archers, his flying squad's going to have a better time charging my White Kings. And so I decided to go ahead and turn around, and I'm going to come back in here and try and get the damage done. Here comes the Heroic Killing Blow, so this is going to give me the extra armor piercing. Leon Kur is not able to get away here, and with the Heroic Killing Blow and Foe Seeker, it's helping my White Kings keep their combat performance up, and there Leon Kerr falls. So Beaky and Leon Kerr are down, and then this paladin over here is about to bite it, and he just, in the nick of time, gets the potion of toughness off there. Just barely saves this guy, but he also gets the potion of foolhardiness, and this is going to be tricky for me, because it means this paladin's going to get a lot of his health back, if not all of it. My only chance is maybe to try and keep the pressure on here, and when the foolhardiness wears off, I can try and scare this guy away immediately. You can see his leadership there when it wears off is wavering, but it starts to come back slowly. I'm going to bring my White King out, and we're going to put an end to all these archers back here. That's just a slog fest over there with my infantry. His archers are killing my infantry, and I want to... Look at this. Psych! I made him think I was going to charge into the paladins. So then I came over here, and then I'm just going to keep the White King moving. I don't want him getting bogged down in those polearms, so I'm just going to keep charging and using my charge bonus against his infantry here, just because I can. So I'm going to keep the White King moving. He's going to keep chasing me with infantry. He's chasing me with the Damsel. Damsel has decent weapon damage compared to the rest of the peasants over here, but she's not going to do a ton to the White King unless she gets a lot more time. So again, out here, the Paladin routes. He's going to come back, though, and he's still got a considerable amount of his health, so all my infantry was shot up by the arrows, and it caused them to rout. So once again, I'm going to bring my White Kings over, and I'm going to have to try and be tricky with their charges. So here, again, avoiding the polearms, which can negate the charge. I'm going to make them start moving, and then I'm going to charge in when I get maximum damage done. So that's my goal here. And then after that charge where I cause all the damage, it starts a chain waver. And then the fear from my units is going to help rout these guys. It says broken attack in the rear. So a lot of these guys are going to rout. And then at this point, the Paladin's going to swoop back in. So this is kind of bad for me because one of my White Kings takes terrible damage on that charge. And I'm like, all right, well, if I double team Paladin, we should be able to take him. But his hit points are not falling near as fast as I would like. And the Damsel is just helping to pile on some extra damage here. So one of my White Kings gets ready to topple, and I'm like, no, 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 I don't want to lose this. And so I decide to go ahead and swing my White King out of combat. Because, like, why do I have both my guys blobbed here, right? The Damsel's not the threat, the Paladin is. So if I run with one and attack with the other, then the Paladin's going to be constantly getting attacked in the back. And we'll smack the Damsel there, too. And there, see that allowed me to cycle charge and then get another charge. And then I'm just going to keep this other White King moving. So I'm going to get charge after charge with my White Kings here in order to try and make this happen. See there, the Paladin missed his charge. There, he almost landed it, but it looks like my White King got to land it. So we end up causing immense damage to the Paladin on multiple charges, and it actually brings him down. And he routs, and this is going to cause the Damsel to also wish to flee the battlefield. She fought pretty heroically here, 33 kills. But, I mean, it's over for Bretonnia at this point. My opponent admits defeat, and extremely tight victory there. The two White Kings propelled me over the edge. I got Strigoi killed too early on. I should have had more skeleton spears around him, and it would have helped protect him. I initially put a lot of my skeleton spears on the flanks to help protect the corpse carts, and I should have had two back there to protect Strigoi rather than putting them where I did. So that would have helped Strigoi last a whole lot longer in combat against the flying squads. So definitely a mistake on my part. Like if I had a grave guard and a couple of skeleton spears around Strigoi at all times, it would have been very, very difficult for him to be killed. But in the end, I was able to do it. So I think the key there was just recognizing that I could use those charges to my advantage since the Damsel wasn't fast enough to keep up. So being able to cycle out, cycle back around, kill the Paladin, just barely tilted that in my favor. Is an extremely close battle. I lost all but my White Kings there, so I had two remaining. And you can see Bretonnia with much fewer men and one woman put up a pretty nice fight there. Hope you all enjoyed this one. I appreciate your support. You're fantastic. Thanks for all those who have been joining into the live streams recently. Like I said, if my ISP decides to quit being an absolute butt crack, then I will start screaming. Screaming. I am going to be screaming. I'll start streaming again. And I apologize. I mean, like I said, I really, really want to do this with y'all, but my ISP is just a sack of crap. And they have been treating me bad, and I'm going to rage on them. That's about all I can do at this point. I've already raged at them multiple times, but I'm going to do it again and see what we can do, because this is absolutely ridiculous. They proved they can give me the service. It's time that they give me the service. So anyway, like I said, appreciate you. You all are awesome. You make me want to come back and do this every day, even when I'm flaming mad at an ISP. So I hope to see you all back soon. HeirofCarthage, signing out.